We're always seeing content out there about what high quality masculine men want, which is what? A feminine woman. But very few people are breaking down exactly what it is that these men look for. So how can you become the feminine counterpart to the strong masculine man? I'm going to get into that right now in this video. But first, some housekeeping. If you click the link in the description, you're going to find a link to get your free love life assessment over at my website, lovequestcoaching.com. I am a certified professional life coach and I specialize in dating and relationships, specifically helping people to heal the core wounds that block them from the types of relationships that they want. Harmonious, healthy, fulfilling, fun, loving, all the things, right? So you have a clear idea in your mind about the kind of person you want to be with. In this case, we're talking about masculine men, capable men, delicious, amazing men who have their shit together, right? And they're your counterpart because you're a woman who has her shit together. You have standards. You want a guy who meets you where you're at, maybe even is a level above so he can teach you some things. And it seems that more and more women are finding that it is difficult to find those types of men, but they're out there. And so let's get to the bottom of what those masculine men are looking for in the feminine woman. If you struggle with your femininity, if people tell you you're so masculine or you're intimidating, this video is for you. So you're going to want to get a pen or save this thing so you can watch it again. All right, let's jump into the content. There are several things that highly masculine men tend to be drawn to. It's like magnetic, these qualities that I'm going to rattle off to you. And they are looking for feminine qualities that complement their strength and their energy. And these qualities aren't about, making you fit into a specific type of mold, but rather being balanced, authentic, and having depth. And so let's get into the list. First, confidence that's true. So we have a lot of women out there pretending like they're confident, but they're really not. They're wounded deep inside, and they have yet to do the inner work to resolve those wounds. So they put a front of being super self-assured, tough. It's more of a guarded type of lack of trust, this show me what you got kind of thing, and I'm not going to show you anything of me until you go first, that type of guarded energy. So these men will be turned off by that, but what they're turned on to is self-assuredness, right? Women who are confident truly in who they are, not being arrogant, not being self-centered or conceited, but a confidence that's rooted in self-love, a confidence that says, I'm not able to stay out past 11 on a work night. That's my curfew. It's a self-imposed curfew. So I like to be home by 10 p.m. so I have time to unwind, get ready for bed because I have work the next day. Those types of boundaries, high quality men love that, right? So if you're going on dates and you're staying out, having way too much to drink, and you're carrying yourself like one of the boys, right? You're trying to be friends with the guy, trying to get him to like you, but you're not being that feminine woman with boundaries and grace, right? That's going to repel the masculine and call in these boys, just these F boys who just want to have a good time. The other thing is to have a nurturing and compassionate nature. So these men who are high quality masculine men, they're looking for women who can nurture and be compassionate, not weaponized compassion like we see so prevalently out there, but actual compassion, right? Empathy, like a woman's ability to listen to what a dude is saying and really be like, wow, that must have been really hard for you, right? Like when you're asking a question to a man, an open-ended question about like, what was something that happened to you that was like really profound in your childhood? And then he reveals that, when he was 5, he had a younger sister and she was, playing in the front of the house and like something happened to her where she ate something and it was like it didn't agree with her and they didn't know what happened and she choked on it and they had to bring her to the hospital and the ambulance came and they took his baby sister away, and it always was so like chilling to him that every time he hears an ambulance he freaks out, let's say, right? And instead of you saying like, oh my God, like still to this day you're still freaked out over ambulances, like judgy, you would be like, oh my gosh, that must have been really freaky for you as a boy. Like I can imagine you being 5 years old, playing with your sister in the front of the house. She puts something in her mouth. You're freaking out. You don't have the words because you're a baby yourself. You're only 5. Oh my God. So like what happened? And you're genuinely taking an interest in the story. And what did you learn from that? Like, how did you get over that? Really feeling the feels that he might be feeling. If you have the ability to do that, it's going to show him that you can be a good mom, that you're not going to push people aside when their feelings are too much for you and you can't handle it. You can't nurture anybody. You can't hold space for anybody. They're paying attention to exactly that, right? The other thing, number 3, is grace and femininity. Okay, a graceful presence. A graceful presence doesn't necessarily mean the clothing that you're wearing, although it could be partially that, but I can have a graceful presence in my hoodie. It's being that. It's being the type of woman who is carrying herself, being all in her essence, slowly, gently, fluidity, elegance, right? So here I am in my little hoodie, but yet I know that there's a grace and an elegance and a softness to me, right? And you can probably feel it coming off the screen too. But this is what the difference is between, being, something that you're not, right? Like I'm kind of like when I'm working in my office, I'm like kind of tomboy girl. Like I have my little hoodie on, my shorts, my flip-flops, but yet I'm still in my feminine energy. I'm in like an ease and flow and just kind of hanging out, having fun, talking to you guys on this video, right? So that's what the feminine is more about. It's about being in the moment, really not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future, not being freaked out about anything, and just going for it, right? That real raw confidence that men find very attractive. Okay, the other thing is emotional intelligence, right? So the same way that you ladies want a man that has high emotional intelligence, men are looking for the same in you. So that's including emotional depth. Masculine men are very attracted to women who are emotionally intelligent and aware, and it's understanding their feelings and expressing them clearly, not waiting for him to figure it out and not being afraid to say what you mean and mean what you say because you're going to lose him. See, it goes back to that confidence again. That feminine confidence says, I'm going to express myself because this is important to me. And I don't need to be bitchy about it. I don't need to be all triggered about it. I can just matter-of-factly just say what it is that would be of preference to me. Right? That's all. Even-keeled. Stoic. Right? The lady stoic. That's what you should go for. And stoicism is nothing more than a mastery of oneself. You master your emotions. You don't fly off the handle for any little thing that he might say to you. You don't roll your eyes or huff and puff. You're just nodding, right? He says something and you're just mindful and, well, I would love to go to your sister's house next Saturday. However, I do have some obligation early in the morning. So if you can make it where you can come get me around 1 in the afternoon, is that too late? And if he says, oh, it's an early afternoon thing, we'd have to leave by like 11. If you can't do it, then I understand. I just really wanted you to come to my family's thing. And then you can say, well, let me see, because perhaps I can do my things sooner, earlier, and be done on time. But I just need to have a few minutes to just kind of look at my calendar and everything I have going on in that morning, and I'll let you know. And then you do exactly that. And you take some time and you think like, do I really want to sacrifice what I have going on the morning so that I can be ready by 11 a.m.? If you're able to do that and it works for you, then it's a yes. If you're like, no, hard no, I play softball every Saturday morning, my team is counting on me, this is a thing that I do, whatever your thing is, you can communicate on it, right? You can always just say, hey, listen, you know that I play softball or pickleball or have my morning thing on Saturdays, and it really means a lot to me. But I also want to meet your family. I know that matters to you too. I'm trying to figure out how we could compromise on this. Maybe the agreement then is that you both come to is, what if you go ahead, send me the directions to your sisters, and I'll meet up with you while it's already in progress. This way I get to do my stuff in the morning. I don't hold you back, but I still get to show up and I get to hang out with you and your family. So it's a lot about compromise. It's not about getting all in a huff. It's all about, we can work this out. We can figure this out together. And letting him say, hey, would you be open to driving up later? Right? Like, let them volunteer the solutions, right? You can make suggestions, but let it be a collaborative effort. The feminine energy is all about collaboration. No freaking out, all about we can collaborate and we can create a great solution here. Okay, so then the other thing that's really important under the umbrella of emotional intelligence that high quality masculine men are looking for is balanced communication, right? They're listening for how you are expressing your emotions and your desires and being very healthy, very matter of fact, not being manipulative, not playing games, not trying to get a reaction. It's more authentic. It's more about, here's how I'm feeling, right? Like my example before, I'm feeling a little nervous because I'm trying to do both. I want to hang out with you and your family, but I also have this commitment and my team is, kind of depending on me, or I have this other commitment in the morning to have breakfast with my sister, or whatever your thing is. You cannot make it and you're trying to do both. Instead of escalating into that communication of, I'm so freaked out, you're dropping this on me last minute, I have this thing on a Saturday morning. Masculine, right? Take a breath, take a beat, assess the situation, right? There's nothing really of a big deal here that can't be sorted out, right? Have that intuition. I'm sure everything is going to work out. We're going to come up with a way, because I do want to hang with his family. I also want to do the things I have to do in the morning. I'm sure we can come to an agreement. And then you communicate on that, right? And you're vulnerable. You tell him, I'm feeling a little nervous or kind of anxious. Like I feel it, and always direct back to your body, right? This is our gift as women. And we communicate like this with men. They're going to they move mountains for us. They adore us deep down, right? Give them the benefit of the doubt. Men are good guys, most. They want to see us happy. So if you say, my love, I know you were asking me to come spend time with your family, and well, I'm feeling nervous. I feel like I don't know, all day in my chest. I was all tight in my chest and my stomach. I don't like it. And he'll be like, why? What's going on? No, it's because I want to go to your family, but I also have stuff to do in the morning, and I don't think I could be ready by 11, and I don't want to hold you back. So I was thinking maybe if you go ahead of me, I can drive there and meet you, right? I still want to hang out with everybody. And he'll be like, yeah, let's just do that. That's fine. No big deal. Problem solved. Boom, 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 boom. Easy peasy. But because you're balanced in your communication, you're not accusing him of putting yet another thing on your plate. You're just being accommodating and honest about how you're feeling. Okay, number 5, radiance and positivity. Optimism and energy. High quality masculine men are drawn to women who have a sense of positivity, a lightness to the room. They often say things like, she was like a breath of fresh air, right? No resting bitch face, no mopey, no ornery, no complaining, just easy breezy, up for whatever, right? Within your boundary, right? It doesn't mean being like rah-rah cheerleader, right? Like, let's go. Okay. Like, it's not that energy at all. It's more of a quiet assessing energy. You're always in this mode of assessment, kind of like a queen. Everybody wants the queen's approval, right? So you sit back like the queen and you let people be. You just let them be. And you bring this appreciative energy, right? You're just watching them be who they are. And meanwhile, in your mind, you could be judging. You could be like, this clown, I'm never going to see them again. But on your face, you're pleasant, you're no. And no, it's not fake. It's not being fake. There's nothing about feminine energy that's being fake. It's being pleasant. There's a difference. It's being accepting of other people and then going back and assessing if they're your people or not. And if they're not, you can still be gracious, you could still be polite, but you don't have to associate with everyone. And then the other thing that men love too is like a woman who has the ability to bring lightness to like any situation. So let's say you and man are going to a restaurant and they screw up your reservations. Right? And here you are, decked out, took you an hour and a half to get ready, hair's on point, makeup flawless, and you put an effort in to go to this restaurant and you're all excited for days and days. Oh my God, we're going to go to this restaurant. It's going to be amazing. And you get there and they mess up your reservation. Could you imagine? Now you're all in your heels and everything all put together. And he's standing there looking and feeling like, I totally effed up, right? But you put your hand on his arm and he looks at you and you're like, no worries, we can just go sit at the bar. Is there availability at the bar? You ask. And the woman says, you know what? Yes, let's see if we can find you something right at the bar. We're able to eat at the bar too, right? Sure. Yeah. And we are so sorry about this mix up and all of this, right? And then what ends up happening? You go sit at the bar, you have an incredible time, the food is amazing, you're light, laughing, happy, you're going with the flow, right? It's better energy, right? And then they give you, hey, first round's on us because of the inconvenience, hey, this is what, we're going to do for you, free desserts. And then you meet people at the bar and then it's a fun thing. This is the ability to have that optimism, that energy, like nothing is the end of the world here. This is all good. No worries. We can find a solution, right? And then the other thing that masculine men love about feminine women is an air of playfulness, the ability to flirt. And this is a lost art because women are so in their masculine that they don't know how to give men a green light of interest. They think just talking to them is showing interest. It's not, right? So if you're in a situation where you connected with a man and you're texting back and forth, right? Typically, a masculine man is going to get the vibe that, you're interested. Obviously, you gave your number. But if it's a case where he's trying to see if you're truly interested, tell him, just say, this is a really fun chat that we're having. And I just want you to know that if you asked me on a date, I'd say yes. Winky emoji. Be playful, be flirty. That also lends into vulnerability and the fearlessness, the true confidence, right? Not fearing rejection. So these are all the things that women really need to work on because it's putting them in their masculine energy. And then once they do work on these things, they slide right into their feminine energy. And it's awesome when it happens. It happened to me. And it was great. It was such a difference in my business, in my life, in my love life. It's great. Number 6, independence and self-sufficiency. So yes, men who are masculine, have their shit together, have something of value to offer, can lead a family, a guy that you look at and you're like, yeah, this is my guy, 100%. They want to see that you have an independent spirit. They want to know that if they go on a business trip for a week to Europe, that you are not going to be in a spiral mess, all anxious, wondering where he is, what he's doing, how he's being, is he eating, all of these things. That instead, you are going to say, oh, okay, he's going to England. He's going to be in London for business for a week. Cool. I live East Coast. So that means we're 6 hours apart. Wonderful. So I get it. If he is 12 midnight, I'm 6 in the morning, or the other way around. I forget. Needless to say, the point is you're not going to care. You're going to be like, we'll figure it out how we're going to talk. And we'll text each other and be in communication throughout the day. We'll send voice notes. We'll be in connection. But I have stuff that I can do. I can catch up with my sister. I can catch up with my mom. I can catch up with work. I could do things after work with my friends that I haven't done happy hour with in a while. Like easy breezy. And then I'm going to be home by, 9 p.m. doing my life. Right? There's no games. Oh, he's going to be on a business trip? Cool. I'm going to go partying. No need for that. In fact, these types of men, these high quality men, they are looking for the opposite. They're looking for the woman who, while they're in London on business, right, he hits her with a, hey, beautiful, what are you up to? And you send him a picture of you with a full-blown beauty mask on your face with a thumbs up. He's going to feel like happy and warm in his heart. He's going to say, oh, doing a little beauty night, I see. And then you'll say, yeah, just, about to go soak in a tub and listen to some meditation music and whatever. Just, you're doing you, right? I'm doing a face mask, just ate a delicious meal, doing some me time, right? This is what they want to hear. They love that. And so you have that independent spirit. You don't need an entourage of people to keep your attention and keep you busy when he's not around. You can totally be independent. You can stand on your own 2 feet emotionally. You don't have anxious attachment. You're totally secure. You have your own passions, your own interests. And when he is not around, you're like, sweet, I have time to check out that Netflix series I wanted to watch. I have time to catch up on this podcast that I was listening to, right? All the things that you want to do for you. Self-sufficiency, that's another one, right? A woman who's able to handle her own life. A woman who's able to say no when she means no, to assert boundaries, to be self-sufficient, doesn't mean not ever asking for support, doing it all by yourself. No, it's quite the opposite. It just means thriving, the ability to know what you want and know how to go about getting what you want. Intuition and sensuality, number 7. Intuitive nature. High quality masculine men appreciate women who trust their own intuition. Trust their own judgment, right? Trust their own discipline, that they can be disciplined. So these are all the things that these men look for. Do they trust their feelings? Are they in tune with themselves? And can they deeply connect with others because of it? Sensuality and connection to her body. Feminine woman is always comfortable in her own body. And that sensuality that she has radiates outward. She dresses impeccably. She keeps herself in shape, right? She cares about her body. She cares about what she's eating, what she's drinking, sleep, all of the things that she needs to feel full and whole and healthy and happy and harmonious. So anytime she is interacting with other people, also, they'll be kind of paying attention to how you're laughing, right? And how you engage with other people. Are you gentle? Are you aggressive? They pay attention to that, right? So you want to be in that soft feminine. Supportive and respectful. So respect is a massive, big deal to masculine men. They deeply, deeply appreciate when a woman shows them respect as individuals, not just as their person, as your boyfriend, as your husband, but as an individual. And this includes respecting their time, respecting their opinions, respecting their space, right? And it totally goes both ways. They have to reciprocate that for you. And that's when you know you're in a healthy relationship, when you both are very respectful of your time, your space, all of it. Admiration. High quality men are drawn to women who admire and appreciate their strengths and their qualities. Genuine admiration without putting them on a pedestal. You're not putting anybody on a pedestal. A lot of women get confused about this. Oh, we have to stroke their ego. It's nothing fake. Nothing fake. You have to genuinely look at how they're leading their life and admire something about them. Something as simple as this. You know what I really admire and respect about you? When you say you are going to do something, you do it. You do not talk yourself out of anything. Like there's no procrastination in you. You wake up and you're like, I'm going for a run. Boom, you go for a run. There's no, let me check my phone, let me do this, let me send a voicemail to this guy. No, you're like, I'm going for a run. Boom, you go. Like I love that about you. I so admire that. It like inspires me. See how that is? Right? You're picking on something that they do for themselves and you're observing them, and then you are complimenting and using that word. Like I really admire that about you. Sense of adventure and openness to new experiences. This is a big one. So if you want a man to lead you, right? A lot of women out there, I want a man who can take the lead. If you want a man who can lead you, then you need to have a sense of adventure and an openness to new experiences, right? Curiosity and adaptability, being open to new things, taking risks, experiencing life together, having adventures could be super attractive, right? Women who are open-minded, curious, willing to take on new challenges, men love that. Very feminine, very trusting, right? And shared experiences, being enthusiastic about creating memories together, travel, having adventures, doing activities together. Even in the quiet moments, right? You could still have that bond and that connection of a shared experience. You just want to really have that connection, right? It's very important to have that connection. It's not just about like going out, dressing up, going to dinners. It's about the downtime, right? Being with each other and having meaningful conversations about things that are important to both of you. Number 10, strong boundaries and self-respect. This is huge, and this is the one that is tested the soonest in the earliest stages of the relationship. A high quality man will definitely test your boundaries, right? As a feminine woman, and they're assessing if you're hookup girl, if you're girlfriend, or if you're wife material, right? They're assessing this. They're putting you in a box within the first date. So this is a woman who knows her worth, right? So when you know your worth, you're not here to get them to like you. You're here to determine if you like them. It changes the entire dynamic. And masculine men want to be kept on their toes. They like it. They like it when a woman knows her worth, not in a pretentious, not in an arrogant way, but truly knows her worth. And the boundaries are set, and they respect themselves enough to not settle, right? And they're very clear, these women, about what she will and will not tolerate, and just naturally commands respect, right? She doesn't have to fight for respect. She doesn't have to teach a man how to treat her. She simply appreciates the good treatment, gets more of it, and softly asserts to correct the bad. Meaning, let's say this guy, just to test your boundaries, tries calling you after 10 p.m. and you don't pick it up because you have a boundary. And so you let it go to voicemail, right? And then the next day, when you talk, you say, I noticed that you called me last night. And so I just want you to know I accept phone calls up until 9 p.m. After 9, I have my downtime. I like to take a shower, ease into my bedtime, read a book, just kind of take myself into the world of sleep. And he'll respect that. He'll be like, wow, I like that, right? She knows how to take care of herself. She's disciplined. She's like, bedtime is 11 and I have a little wind down routine that I don't want phone calls after 9 p.m., right? So this is all of the stuff that they love to see, right? Women who have discipline, boundaries, can assert them with, clarity, but not bitchiness. There's no need for any of that. So understanding healthy independence is also about saying no when necessary and saying no without guilt and knowing when to assert your needs in a relationship. And it's super powerful to do that. And again, if you struggle with any of the things that I mentioned in this, let's connect. You can find me at lovequestcoaching.com. I hope this served you well. You have a whole lot to go back and listen to. And again, I'm here to help. I was once super duper masculine. Oh my God. I was like, New York, get out of my way, right? That kind of attitude, pounding the pavement, getting to my office, right? So I had to shift, and I had a lot of inner work, a lot of healing to do in order to make that shift. And now I am married to a beautiful, capable, handsome, amazing BFF, great guy, amazing guy, right? And super masculine, knows how to take the lead, knows how to plan things in life, kind of, collaborates with me. We're totally in it together, has a vision for his future, knows where he wants to be 10 years from now. And, visionary. You feel safe with a man like that, right? So that's me, Lisa, the Love Coach. Thanks so much for finding me. I'm happy that you did. And let's connect again soon. Till the next one. Bye.